Hey, Coach. Philadelphia is a team that, similar to your side, really likes to press high, use a lot of energy. How do you counteract what they do in the midfield in such an important knockout game where you know that every goal matters?
Yeah, I expect first of all a very intensive game tomorrow in both directions, in transition moments and also in quick play, in build up situations, vertical play, and I think this is the main part. First of all, what we have to defend, very aggressive, very intensive, to be very compact in our structure, and of course set pieces, an important topic. This is what we have seen in the last game a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, it's important to be ready at the beginning of the game until the end in every duel, to be very aggressive, to help to support each other, and then to find our space for our moments to create our situations.
Next, we go to Dan.
Good afternoon, Sandro.
Good
Hope
afternoon.
you're doing well today. Obviously, you have been able to overcome slow starts and you've made comeback victories, especially against Salt Lake in the last league match. Against Philadelphia, you had that issue in the league. How do you avoid those, especially in such a very important game tomorrow night in the Open Cup?
Yeah, but I would say, to be honest, we don't have this issue in general, because when we are looking, for example, to the Miami game, so we started very well, and then everyone was talking, okay, what happened after these 15 or 20 minutes? And we had also another examples of games where we started very well. I think it's normal on one side to have some phases in the game which feels more difficult, but then it means not that you play then passive or not aggressive. I think that's important when we stay maybe a little bit more in our midfield block or in a deeper block, but always to be very active. I think that's an important part in our style of play. And of course, our target is directly to be ready, and this is more important against Philly. We know this the last game, and this is our target, to be ready then at the beginning of the game and until the end, 95, 120 minutes, who knows? This is what we have to do tomorrow.
Go back to Anthony.
Hey, Coach. We've seen a bit of rotation in the last few weeks. So you've got a really good feel of the players and how they perform in high pressure situations. How comfortable are you knowing that you can go to your bench, knowing that you can get something from any of the players that you can pull from there?
Yeah, I think we can talk after the game about that when we see how's our starting lineup, how's our bench. Tomorrow, we can nominate only 16 field players tomorrow. That's a little bit tricky. Normally 18. Leagues Cup, we had 20. So, but that's the situation. Of course, we have to think about for tomorrow that we need some fresh legs on the field. But at the end, every time when we have the choice, or when we took our choice for the starting lineup, then every time we are believing, okay, this is possible to win this game. We have seen this in Leagues Cup. We have seen this in the first rounds in our US Open Cup games, and now tomorrow we will see at the end how will be our starting lineup. But this is our goal is then, okay, with this starting lineup with options coming from the bench. Of course, we want to come then in the next round.
Next, we go to Joe Pantorna.
Hey, Sandro. I'm sorry if this has been asked recently of you, but I was just wondering if Lewis Morgan is still on track for his late August return. Thanks.
Yeah, he's on the field back. That's a great message for us. So he's back on the field. He's making an individual program, and we expect him, I would say, after the national break, after the Columbus game. But of course, he's for this week he's not available.
Next, we go to Dan.
As we talk about rotations, Sandro, does Marcelo Morales get an opportunity in this Open Cup match after he had a very good start in the last Leagues Cup match against Schwarz?
Yeah, was good. this game in his individual performance. I had a very good conversation directly the day after the game, and that we have this to continue. The problem is, and this is what we have also tended to say very open, he arrives 1 hour too late today for the training session. And in that case, that's a clear consequence then also for us that you are then not available for the game tomorrow.
Next we go to Gary. Gary, we cannot hear you.
Come on, Gary.
We'll come back to Gary. Go to Anthony.
Okay, Coach. AJ Marcucci has played really well
Yeah.
in goal the last 3 games that he's been asked to. Carlos Cornell still recovering. Should we expect Marcucci to be in net in Philly, or is Carlos Cornell going to get a chance out here?
Yeah, it's the situation is right now. So Carlos played very well. Then AJ played with his high quality in the games, and then Carlos was a little bit injured last week. I had a great conversation before the press conference with Carlos Coronel. It was very open, was great, and I think it's not now the moment every 2-3 days, 2 weeks, 1 week to change every time now the goalkeeper situation, because this is very special. And for us then is clear that AJ is playing tomorrow. But the behavior of Carlos in our conversation was top today.
Everyone, we have time for 2 more questions with Coach. First go to Dan, and then we'll go back to Gary.
Sandro, obviously, you're trying to outwit the opposition's manager. Bradley Cardinal was assistant coach here at one time and interim manager before moving on to St. Louis. What do you need to do to at least try to outthink him in your technical area when your players are battling out there?
Yeah, first of all, he's doing a great job in Philly, a great job, and you can see his identity, his philosophy, how he wants to play, and they are playing a great season right now in the MLS. For tomorrow is not now in my focus. Oh, we are playing now against Bradley and the former assistant coach. So this is I know him, and we had also some really good conversations in the past, and we know each other from the German games which we had. So it's a game tomorrow, great game, knockout game tomorrow, quarterfinal against Philly, and we have to prepare their style of play, and I'm pretty sure they are also preparing very serious our style of play.
And we'll finish up with Gary. Gary still can't hear you. I got his question, though. I'll ask
Okay.
it. How much of a factor were the Leagues Cup games, those knockout games, that could make a difference for tomorrow's knockout game?
Yeah, we have a great experience in the past with all these games. Last year, Leagues Cup was a little bit unlucky with the penalties, but the playoffs in these games this season as well, Leagues Cup very well, and these games and US Open Cup. So we know we have this experience, but at the end we have to show this every time in the right moment, and tomorrow's the moment to start at 7:30. So it's good to know that we were successful in a lot of knockout games, but come on, new game tomorrow, and that's it. And this is to play with the highest intensity.